Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about you guys, but it is a great and lovely heat wave here in the state of CA, and I am going to tell you right now, I am not enjoying it. I always hate the summer here. I always hate the state, and this is one of the many reasons why I hate this state. And the insane heat that wants to cook us alive. Well, so yeah. Anywho, besides the terrible heat that's also getting to us, it looks like lots of people are getting into the transgender thing as well. As I mean, is specifically for them competing in sports. Let's get right into the article, and I think it'll explain everything on what we want to see. Most Americans opposed to transgender women, girls competing against biological female athletes at a U.S. college pro levels poll. Wow, I mean, I'm not really surprised considering the fact that women are losing their sports in the droves, and because these lunatics and psychotic people want to make sure women do lose all their stuff. A majority of Americans are opposed to transgender women and girls competing against biological females in high school, college, and professional sports, a recent poll found. The Washington Post said a poll it conducted with the University of Maryland last month found that 55% of Americans are opposed to transgender women and girls competing with other women and girls in high school sports, and 58% are opposed to the athletic matchup in college and professional sports. About 3 in 10 Americans said transgender women and girls should be allowed to compete at each of those levels, the paper said, adding that 15% have no opinion. But at the youth level, 49% are opposed to the transgender girls competing with other girls, the Post reported, while 33% said trans girls should be allowed to compete, and 17% have no opinion. I don't know. The 33% is still concerning. But I mean, at least it's higher, right? At least the actual dual post is higher. But again, it's like I've always been saying though. I don't really agree with this whole type of have men fight this type of deal. I know this percentage is obviously mostly are probably going to be, not mostly, but are also men as well. But I would like to see just women fight back, because honestly, it's annoying that if we're going to have women screaming about independence and all this other stuff and strong and independent women and crap, and then they start rushing to men to go help their problems, when reality is that they created their own problems to begin with. Because this doesn't leave this won't help you women with anything, because that just means like you're not going to be held accountable for the actions that you've done. So to bail you out, you have somebody else try to do it. And no, you do it yourself. And if you do it yourself, good. But men shouldn't have to bail you out ever. Hold some accountability and fix your own problems. That's what men have been doing for millennia, since we are pretty much alive. So you women should be able to do it. You're strong and independent, right? So go ahead and do it. The Post added that its poll with UMD finds more than 2/3 of Americans. 68% say transgender girls would have a competitive advantage over other girls if they were allowed to compete with them in youth sports. 30% say neither would have an advantage, and 2% say other girls would have an advantage. Okay, so what do they mean by other girls, by the way? That's the curve. So then it's 70% then, because okay, that's what I'm reading here, because it's saying 68 say transgender girls would have a competitive advantage over other girls if they were allowed to compete with them in your sports. Say neither would have an advantage, and 2% say other girls would have it. Oh well, that's not well worded. Okay, but I see what they're talking about. 2%. Okay, that's extremely low. Well, the 30% is still kind of it's worrying, yes. However, the 30% is mostly Democratic, far left people. So, I mean, The teammates of Leah Thomas, the University of Pennsylvania transgender female swimmer who won a national championship, voiced reservations about Thomas' presence on the women's swim team. Mark Hyman, director of UMD's Shirley Povich Center for Sports Journalism, told the paper. They were totally supportive of her surgery and her path, but opposed to her competing on the women's team. God. Telling you, man. Not good. So from a practical standpoint, this is more evidence that there is considerable pushback. Hyman added to the post. There is significant momentum against transgender athletes competing. The survey results point to me that that's a factor in how people are reacting to this. A teammate of Thomas said Penn officials warned women swimmers they face consequences for speaking out against Thomas' presence on the team. They made it pretty clear, if you speak up about it, your life will be over in some way. You'll be blasted all over the internet as a transphobe. You'll never be able to get a job. The teammate told Matt Walsh as part of the just released What is a Woman documentary, according to the Daily Wire. Anything else? The poll was conducted on May 4th, 17th, 2022, using a random national sample of 1,530 adults by the Washington Post and the University of Maryland's Shirley Povich Center for Sports Journalism and Center for Democracy and Civic Engagement, the Post said, adding that results have a margin of sampling error of plus or minus 3 percentage points. I mean, all I'm seeing here is that this is just a chance of specifically people finally fighting back. I guess you would say girls, but people hopefully, I'm hoping that it's like 80-90% women and more like 5% of men, because just because women need to fight back and need to really prove themselves, and I am not really inclined to really help women with it. I know I'll voice my opinions. I'll say, oh, I'm against it, but I'm not going to do anything to help because it's not really my job. Because I am honestly tired of having to put women on a pedestal and then trying to defend them every which way to go, and then their only object or their only goal to me is treat me like garbage. So I have no desire to support people that are like that at all, period. So, and if some people want to come out and tell me, oh, I'm a misogynist or whatever, go ahead and do that. I don't really care. In all reality is that I have been told by this before, even by one of my own relatives, about that. So, I mean, call me all the name of the book, it doesn't really change the fact that I'm just correct. I mean, you, on the other hand, it's like you guys allowed this to happen. People warned you about it. You didn't listen, and now your sports are under attack. So now it's just your job to defend your own shit, right? So I don't have any desire to help you. Women today have been incredibly vile towards men, and there's been numerous things about saying that. Not all women, obviously, but a good chunk of majority of them of currently modern day society women have been completely vile. And so I don't see why I should really support somebody like that. Because, well, why would I? I mean, treat with me respect, and I'll treat with you respect. And if you don't do that, then, well, I guess you don't really earn my respect now, do you? So that's just the way I see it, and I think that's how everybody should really be treated, honestly. Because if you're not going to treat your opposing party, or God forbid, like the opposing gender, with any respect, I don't think you should expect any kind of respect at all against the opposing person, because you've been treating them like trash to begin with. It's one thing if you're like attacking opinions, but you're never attacking opinions. You're always going after personal attacks and stuff like that, and that's what's causing the problems. So at the end of the day, I mean, you only have your own self to blame, and what can I say? But I am glad, though, that it's being pushed back. I am glad that most people are against it, and it's not really surprising because most people are not freaking lunatics. So, yeah, it's quite interesting. But yeah, I always say a majority of Americans don't find this as wrong, and I think the transgender movement is starting to slowly lose. I don't know how far it's going to go. I think it's because mostly when they started going after the kids, it's just when they really started taking heavy blows, and a lot of people are going against them. And really, this is probably the worst Pride Month I've probably ever seen in a very long time. So, they keep doing this, and it's just it won't go well because you're pushing this down people's throats. Nobody's liking it. People are rejecting it, and you're going after kids. Like, you guys have pushed a really bad number here, and I don't think it's going to end very well for this movement for very long. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But so far, same people are winning. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.